Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be recording a full 1-hour class with a longer aerobic section at the beginning and then some mat work relaxation on the mat. If you would like to lie on the floor for that, at the end you're welcome, or I will give some guidance for the chair if it is better for you to sit on a chair at that point. So I'm trying a different angle of room. The sun is streaming in behind the video recorder, so perhaps that will bring some sunlight into your home as you're watching this. So let's begin. So we'll begin with our usual warm-up, some gentle movements, just waking up the body, breathing in, and coming down 5 times, breathing in, waking the breath up, breathing in, beginning to, unstiffen the body a bit. And one more. And let's tap. Perhaps you get some chest clearing like I do here. And warming up that lower back. Perhaps even taking the backs of the hands and making circles. I do like to pinch, gentle pinches, don't leave any red marks. I like to pinch along the sides of the body, relaxing the muscles there around the hips, around the waist, and tapping a little ways down and up. If you already feel flexible and warmed up enough to go all the way down, as long as that does not pull on your back, that's fine. And we can take a few of these nice back relaxers. Perhaps doing that while I start the music for Caribbean Blue. Sunrise. And back relaxer. Sunrise. And back relaxer. And bubbles around the room. perhaps playing with balance. And sunrise. And back relaxer. And roll it. And some gentle marches, picking up the feet. And shoulders, up and back. And head and neck. Finding that beautiful end pose. Very nice. All right, so I know a few of you like Kung Fu fighting. So we'll do that one next before Waka Waka Africa. And as always, have some water by you and perhaps take a sip before Kung Fu fighting. Okay, so I'll put the music on for Kung Fu fighting. Now remember, this one has a lot of squats, which are great for our, our thigh muscles, getting up and down off chairs. Squats are very good at helping us do that with more ease. Just overall stability, because it strengthens our legs. It is cardio. So, I know all of you watching this tend to go 100%, but if you do feel like, oh my goodness, you're suddenly sweating a lot, take less of a dip. So these big squats, they're great for cardio. They're going to get the blood flowing. But if you do feel a little too hot doing that, going down a little bit, it's still going to strengthen the legs. But it's not quite as strong for the heart. The heart works hardest when we change layers, when we go down to up. But, that's just an aside. If it's cold weather there, you may want to get warm. And remember the talk test. If you're ever unsure, you think you might be working too hard, try to say a sentence. And if you can't quite say a full sentence, take it down, but you'll all be fine. I'm going to put on the music for Kung Fu fighting. All right. Getting ready for our squats in a second. Moving. Now the squats. Everybody was and remember, bum goes backwards on the squats. And karate chops. Step kick, step kick, step, 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 kick, step, 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 kick, step, 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 kick, step, step, keep going. Great. Squats. If you want to work harder, go lower. You can have a tiny hop here. And now punches. across. Okay, squats. If you're tired, keep it very light. If you want to work harder, deeper bends. And karate chop. Very nice. And now we'll just have a little break. Rolling those wrists. Catching the breath. Squats again. Let's kick again. Step, kick, step, 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 kick, step, step. I'll show you to the side. And punching. Punch, punch. A little bit of an arm workout. Very nice. All right. Okay, do have a sip of water after that.
Wix is your platform
before we start Waka Waka Africa, which is going to get the heat building even more, and that will be the peak of our aerobic part of the workout. So when you're ready, we will shake. For slow marches and quick feet. For slow marches and quick feet. Pulse. Walk in a circle. You can keep your feet moving for a little more of a workout. And marches. And quick. Fast feet. And pulse. Walk in a circle. Ready for the toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. And change. Swooping low. Hands higher. Walk in a circle. Step together. right, lovely. If you've done all three, yes, we have all earned that extra scone, and we can start to take it down. So if your heart is going quite quickly at the moment, whoops, you know, perhaps walking it a little bit to cool down rather than stopping completely. You may want to walk slowly over to your glass of water and have a little bit. So, while you are doing that, I would like to just say a few words about the core. So, we obviously have been working the core. We do work the core even when we're standing up straight and walking. It's all these muscles over here. But we can specifically target the core a little more, wake it up a little more. Some of the reasons for doing that is when our core is more active, or that abdomen is more engaged, it protects the back. So we're less likely to overbend the back if that core is engaged. You may know that when we lift things, we're generally told to do it with a flat back, engage the core, rather than, you know, lifting with our back, which, you know, can so many of us, me included, have strained our back that way. So lots of good reasons to kind of fire up the core. It's also, to be honest, in what I find, it's stronger. Once we start to get used to moving from the core, we actually have more strength and balance. So how can we kind of engage that core, wake it up a little more? I'm sure it's already somewhat awake. So there is actually our lovely exercise, which we tend to do. We can do this exercise with more of an awareness of our core. So we usually use it as a back relaxer, which it is. So notice that's kind of, well, I've got it about 2 inches off the chair in the small of the back. But try this exercise where we roll down and come up. Try it with an awareness of the core. So what do I mean by that? Well, instead of just thinking about the back, imagine you're drawing in the lower tummy, and then we release it. So it's almost like a sit-up. In fact, it is a lot like a sit-up, just sitting down. So I'm thinking about drawing in those tummy muscles towards the back and coming up. So notice, does that change how that feels? Is it more work? It might be more work. Still a very nice back relaxer, but now our core is really engaging. Okay, so maybe 3 more of those. Okay, we'll probably do that again near the end, more as a wind down, but we'll use that exercise as a firing up. Another way, and just notice, you know, can you feel, you know, those tummy muscles a bit more? Another way we can engage the core is actually something we don't often do, which is coming to the wall. So stepping back a ways and basically being a straight line, like a plank. So I'm at a diagonal. So I could do this in letting my core go. Don't do this, by the way. So if I let the core go, my back is arching back that way. So what I want to do is come to the wall, come at an angle, but keep this core kind of moving towards the back. Okay. So yes, you can even do press-ups in this position. And again, you know, if you would like to go there, just keep your keep that awareness of the core. You can feel it. If I start to press up and let go, you know, it becomes a lot harder. I sink into the wall. Engaging this core makes this torso kind of one long plank. Okay, so, but we don't even have to press up. We can just hold it like a plank. I don't know if any of you have done plank on the floor, which is really good way to wake up that core, strengthen that core. This is also good against the wall. All right, enough technical stuff. But I thought I'd just go over that before we do our tap step and our tightrope walk, because again, if we think about moving with a strong core, just see how that changes your balance. Now, it may get easier, it may get harder. Just see, what does it feel like to keep that core kind of a little more engaged, yet still breathe. So I'll put some music on as we go for our tap step, and think about that, you know, that core being strong, and what does that feel like with the tap step. So I invite you to keep doing the tap step. A little more of the tap step. Okay, and changing to a tightrope walk. I'm going to do a tightrope square because of limited space. And you may want to put some backward steps in here. Still looking straight ahead. Okay, nice. Now you may want the chair in front of you for coming up to the toes and down. And again, what happens? What happens if we feel a little engagement in the abdomen region? Perhaps we can hold it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down with soft knees. Coming up again. Maybe closing your eyes. Coming down. And let's hold it for 10. With or without eyes closed. 5, 4, 3, loosening the legs, and we'll come to one leg stand. And again, you might want to pop your hand on a door frame or a wall or a chair as we come up. And again, thinking about the core. Now, something that works for me is thinking of the connection between the core and the leg. Okay, that might sound completely zany, but I'm thinking of drawing my leg up from the core, as if there's a string between my belly and the leg. Don't worry if that makes no sense to you. We all have different ways of perceiving our bodies, and we have different things that work for all of us. So don't worry if that makes no sense. But if it helps you, fantastic. So I'm just bringing my knee up and down. Perhaps holding the knee. Doing your favorite thing for balance. What is your favorite thing? Is it holding it? Is it closing your eyes? Is it kicking it out and bringing it back? I'll show you from the side, that one. Is it? It's quite a nice one. Kicking it out, maybe even tapping it in the back. Is it bringing it out to the side? Is that your favorite? Or is it making a shape you've never made before? Okay, rubbing that out, moving that out. And we'll take the other leg. So again, maybe taking a few breaths, bringing that ab just a little bit engaged. Not like we've been punched. I've never been punched, so I'm just imagining, but just a little bit in, and then bringing that leg up, knee up. Now, again, I'm thinking of my core as I move my leg up and down. No harm in placing the hand fingertips on the wall. It's still hard work, even with the fingertips on the wall or a chair. Okay, favorite balance. So maybe it's up and back. Maybe it's touching the floor on the back. Maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe it's coming out and in, out and in, maybe kicking out, going back, kicking out, or doing something you've never done before. All right, hopefully balance was slightly fun. Okay, so it's enough of balance. So we'll come for a little more strength. Obviously the squats, very leg strengthening. Core work we've done, even thinking about the core is strengthening. Well, let's come and get the ball. And I like to just throw it around a little bit, actually. Kind of loosens us up. You know, a little playfulness can be a wonderful thing, especially with exercise. We enjoy it more. We kind of forget that we're working, hopefully. Okay, just be careful of vases, light bulbs, things like that. We'll throw and catch a little. Hand to hands. Now, this one is so interesting. I've spoken to other people who find it harder when we're quite stiff with this one. I think it's because the fingers have to work so hard. So try to move with it. Yeah. It's a little bit of a different movement when we move with it. Might be easier, a little more fluid and fun. Of course, there's no harm in working the fingers like that. So, we need different things on different days even. Okay, lovely. Okay, so then shoulders back and down, core engaged, pulsing the ball, pressing, nice wrist strengthener. Okay, and then we can take the ball. I like to take it in the fingertips, gently twisting it, wrist mobilizer. Okay, and then with that core engagement, you can do the teapots, placing that ball, but not dropping it, as if we're putting it down, but keeping it in the grip. And other side, pouring the tea or coffee. All right, I'm going to go back to that wall because this is a good arm strengthener. Either when we stay with the plank, so again, we are at an angle, that core is in, and this may be enough. So this is going to strengthen the shoulders and the arms. If you would like more, it's that same body like a surfboard, let's say, or a skateboard, which are all the rage again, and just bend the arms. So the body is really kind of the same. And again, you really can't do that unless the core is engaged. So core is engaged, arms are bending. This is such a good arm workout and core workout, the wall push-up. Now, if it's hard on your wrists, you can try different hand positions and see what works for you. It could be hands out to the side. I've got fingers pointing up. That seems to work best for me. Okay, and as always, when we come out of this, walk towards the wall. Yeah. All right, great, shaking that out. Let's come to the chair with the band, and I suggest a short sip of water before you do this. I'm going to take one. Yeah. Okay. So we'll begin with our wrapped legs. So I wonder if I'm going to turn down the screen a bit. If you know this one, feel free to start it. That's better. You can see more. I'm going to wrap the legs above the knee. Walking the feet out so they are parallel, and then bringing the legs open. I find this easiest sitting on the end of my chair. Show you. So I'm not sitting all the way back. I'm at the end of my chair, core engaged, good posture. That's a lot of the work already. Okay, and if you would like more sensation, pulsing outwards. Yeah, I feel this in the outer hip there and outer thigh, and then slower. Very nice. And yeah, perhaps pulsing again. the row. So I always like to be on the corner of the chair for the row so that my elbows have a bit of room to move. And we lasso, since I'm here in Texas, lasso that foot. Okay, elbows back, core engaged. Bring that knee up and kick out. Keep that leg low. And we're lengthening with each sort of stroke. So as leg goes out, arms go back. Just a few more of these. Oh, okay, nice. All right, coming to the other end of the chair, the corner, and lassoing that toe bound, setting up first, sitting up straight, getting the elbows back, foot slightly raised, and leg strengthens as elbows go back. Okay. Let's actually take that same movement without the ball in the back. I'll turn to show you this cat-cow that we often do. And again, think about coming from your abs. Without the ball, we can really curl further, which relaxes the back even more. So enjoying it. Enjoying that back movement. Breathing out on the down, in on the up. All right, very nice. Okay, I think it is time for our Tai Chi section and stretch. Okay, just lift this. Getting set up for your Tai Chi. So we've got that slight bend in the knees, little engagement in the core, and breathing in and down. Breathing in, down like you're sitting on a stool. Breathing in, remember knees back from toes. Breathing in and out, painting the air. Beautiful. And let's move to bird arms. And opening the arms, hugging that mossy tree. One more, and we'll be the wave. Breathing out as you push in on the back. What are your abs doing? I think of the abs most on the way back, as if somebody is pulling me back by the abs. And changing gracefully to the other side. Beautiful. Coming up for the fountain. Breathing in. You can keep your arms low. If you have the shoulder flexibility and it feels nice, coming up. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Take 3 more of these, low or high. And reverse fountain, coming up, down the middle. Coming up, breathing in, down the middle. Now watching one hand, arcing the whole way. Watching the other hands. Now, if it makes you dizzy, keep your head to the front, or if there is any neck pain. But if you are not dizzy and your neck is fine, watch one hand and then the other. One more each side. Beautiful. Okay, and then we'll imagine that giant pearl in front of us and just swaying from side to side, stroking the hands over the pearl, keeping the back straight and upright. The sway is coming from the hips and the legs. Okay, then we'll take this lovely circling feeling, joining the hands and stretching. Keeping the shoulders down, head down. Like you're hugging a big beach ball. Okay, and then we'll come up. And perhaps joining the hands in a basket behind you or bringing them back like eagle wings. Feeling that openness in the chest. Okay, to enhance that openness, let's take our band again in a surprise move and bring that band to the upper back. Arms straight, yeah, and then we open and close. Open. Now again, keeping those abs engaged. So when we open, it's the chest that's opening, it's not the back. Okay. Breathing in, enjoying that movement. Breathing in. Perhaps a few more if it's feeling expansive and nice. Otherwise, just rest. I'll do one more. Great, coming back. We'll take that band, double it up, bring it to the back, palms facing each other, abs in, and bringing those arms backwards, like somebody is pulling your shoulders back, perhaps by the arms. Really quite a good shoulder stretch, this one. All right, one more shoulder stretch. Holding that band doubled up. Abs engaged, coming up. It is amazing, at least for me. If I'm not mindful of my abs, they want to let go. So this is what letting go is like. Woo, you know, oh, balance off. Back is taking a deep bend, which it might not like. So abs protecting the back, straight body. Coming down. Okay, one more. And it might be nice to kind of pull outwards. Okay. So before we go to the mats or the chair, coming to the wall and crawling up. Those fingers, another nice, intense shoulder stretch. Turning to the other side, I'm going to try the wall over here. Crawling those fingers up, perhaps stepping towards the wall. Now, hand placed against the wall, fingers to the back of you. That may be enough. You may feel your hands, kind of tightening, trying to press those fingers and hand against the wall, which will eventually release it. If for some reason you would like more sensation in your shoulder, walking forwards. There's another shoulder stretch. Okay, turning around. First we place the hand against the wall, fingers pointing to the back of you. In all of these, it's actually best to keep the head straight forward, looking straight forward. And if you would like more sensation in the shoulder, walking forward. All right, great. I hope those shoulders feel looser. Mine feel looser. Okay, and let's take a little bit of head and neck. So perhaps looking to the right and left. Perhaps looking up and down. Careful on the up. If it hurts your neck to look up, do not look up. And looking down. If it doesn't make you dizzy, semicircle. Okay, nice. And we'll bring those shoulders around. So, I'm going to go to the mats, but if you would like to go on the chair, I will talk you through that. So bringing this a little further down. When I say mats, I'm actually going to the carpet because I have a nice fuzzy carpet in here, very soft, but you may well be on a mat. Okay, so if you are on the chair, I invite you to do cat-cow with or without the ball. If you are on the mat, I invite you to lie down and move the knees, back and forth. This hopefully is releasing for the hips. I like to have my arms out in a T shape here. Some people feel it's too exposing, in which case one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, you may feel less exposed. Otherwise, hands in a T, hands slightly down in a diagonal, even palms down if that feels better. All of those things are good. Now, if you are on the chair, please take the back twists. I'll show you where you sit on the side of the chair and you move to the back. So, sitting on the side of the chair, moving to the back, back to the side, side to the back, 4 or 5 times each side. Now, those of us on the floor can spread the legs like a star, arms out again like a star, coming over, placing the palms together and bringing that hand across the body. Other side. Do make sure your legs are apart because then your back has more space to release. Lower back has more space. Very nice. We'll do one more on each side. Okay, if you're on the chair, once you finish those back releasing movements, hanging down on the forearms or just hanging down completely. If you're on the floor, bringing those knees in, feet together, and we'll circle the knees. One direction, keeping the feet together, and the other direction. If you're on the chair, doing that lovely hamstring stretch where one leg goes out straight. I'll do this one. One leg out straight, hands on the thigh, sitting up and hinging forward, feeling it down the hamstring and the calf. So doing that on both legs. If we're on the floor, we'll bring one knee in. Now, if there's any pain in the knee, feel free to hold behind the thigh instead of the calf. And then maybe moving that leg to straight. That's quite a good stretch there already. Rotating the ankle one way and then the other. Chair folk, make sure you do both sides. We'll, on the floor here, bring that other knee in on the shin or on the thigh. Perhaps straightening that leg. Rotating that ankle. If you're on the chair, I do invite you to pick up your leg and rotate the ankle. Those of us on the floor, grabbing a band, a scarf, or a belt. Sorry, I should have told you that before you got to the floor. If it's awkward to get it, don't worry, don't get it. Knees bent in. If you have it, lasso the foot and bring it straight up maybe. It might not go straight up. It may go about there. Now, even without the band, we can do this. So we can take that leg and straighten it by making a little hammock around the thigh. If you do have the belt or bands, and you find that you can bring the leg to straight, try sliding that other foot to straight. That is a very strong stretch. Arms are meant to be straight on this one as well. Okay, if you're on the floor, changing sides. So perhaps lassoing it and bringing it up. Now it's okay if it goes a little diagonally, or if it is straight up, coming straight with the lower leg, straight arms. If you don't have the band, you can still do it this way. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're coming back up. If you're on the chair, sorry, lost the plot there. If you're on the chair, perhaps closing your eyes and taking a few breaths. If you're on the floor, placing the pillow behind you and moving the legs out. Nice to have a pillow for the head. Not necessary, but it is actually rather nice for the neck. And just taking a few deep breaths all the way to the belly. Perhaps putting the hands on the belly. And just releasing into the floor. Any last tension can just drop into the floor or the chair, through the feet, through the seat. If you're on the floor, through the whole back. Next few breaths, start to wake the body up a little more. Might want to blink the eyes open. If you're on the floor, you want to bring the knees up at this point and curling to the side if you can, in a fetal position. This is a very nice way to get up from the floor. Good for getting the heart going a little more slowly in stages rather than just popping up. Okay, and then coming either to the floor, perhaps sitting on a block, on a pillow. If it's better for you to now move to a chair, please move to the chair or to standing. And maybe taking any little movements, noticing how you feel. That was quite a strong workout today. How does your body feel? Well done. If you followed me this far, it's been a pleasure imagining all of you doing this with me. And I will say to have a beautiful rest of the day or evening, and namaste.